You've tuned in to Arm and a Leg and Other Opinions We Like to Give, a weekly podcast hosted by two veterans dedicated to politics, current events, interviews, and anything else they want to mention, but probably shouldn't. So without further ado, here are your hosts, Robbie the Dream Gaupp and Brett Miracle Man Pop.
Hey! Welcome and thank you for tuning in to Arm and a Leg and Other Opinions We Like to Give. I am Brett Parks.
And I'm Robbie Gaupp.
As Robbie Gaupp there, we have an awesome show for you today. And when I mean awesome show, what I really mean is we have a show for you. How you doing today, Robbie?
Great. How you doing, Brett?
I'm doing pretty well. I woke up with a big head cold, though. My sinuses are in my throat, and I feel horrible. It's one of those where I woke up, I'm like, man, I feel bad. And then I sneezed all over myself. And I was like, oh, now I really feel bad. And I had to find dirty laundry and wipe my face and my arm and my thigh. It was a sticky situation, but
gotta get a spray of that
Flonase. Yeah, I don't have any of that. I'm thinking about. I still got up and worked out this morning though, so I was proud of myself about that. But yeah, we're gonna fight through it. CrossFit, by the way, CrossFit. Let me tell you about CrossFit.
Go ahead. Tell me a little bit about CrossFit, Brett.
I have nothing to say. I'm embarrassed. But, yeah, I worked out. I'm here now. I was thinking about taking some Dayquil, but I ran out of time, and now I feel like my face is going to melt off. So before we start today's podcast, I just want to point something out. Robbie the Dream Gaupp, who is also one of the two co-hosts here on Arm and a Leg and Other Opinions You Like to Give. Right, Robbie? You're one of the two?
I am one of the two.
He is a para-athlete skeleton for winter games. You know, there's bobsled and there's skeleton. I bobsled. I go in the Jamaican bobsled and I go all the way down, where he doesn't like to do that. What he likes to do is he likes to get on a sled that's all broken down and lay on the sled head first and go down the track. And those of you that have seen bobsled and skeleton and even the luge, which is feet first, on TV, it does not do it justice because you don't really see the dips and how fast it goes and how far down. Well, Robbie Gaupp was the first para-athlete in the history of Lake Placid, which is one of the courts. He was the first para-athlete to go off the very, very top. I have the report right here. It was a huge deal. He decided as para-athletes, what we do is we start out at start 4. We start out at start 4, and then we work our way up to 3. And start 3 is where we compete from. Well, Robbie, this last training camp, he asked if he can go up on 2, which is one above what we do normally. And the skeleton coach, what was her name?
Lori.
Coach Lori. She said, okay. So the rest of the week he was up there. He was doing it consistently. He was doing great. And then the final day, the competition day, he asked if he can go up to 1. And she said yes. Coach Lori said yes. And not only did Robbie Gaupp slide down the entire track twice, but he did it in style. He destroyed it. He made that course his bitch. So congratulations, Robbie. First para-athlete in the history to do that. So proud of you.
Well, it opened up a lot of barriers for us because for the simple fact where right now we're limited on what we can. They limit us on what we can do. We're not limited, but they limit us on what we can do and where we can go. But hopefully I opened a barrier that says, hey, these people can start advancing to higher positions and higher spots. And that was the main goal, I think, in all of this is hopefully I made a difference and a change and let people know that, hey, you know, if you're out there and you're not doing nothing and feeling down and, you know, feeling broken maybe, that, hey, go out and try something new. You never know if you're going to be good at it. Because I'm from Texas. So I did not grow up on ice, did not do nothing like this. And one day I just decided to try it out.
Yeah, no, that's a very good point. And there's still, you know, being an amputee and being a part of adaptive sports and everything, there's still a stigma behind it. People that are able-bodied, meaning people that are relatively healthy, they look at people that have like paralyzed arms or amputated arms or legs. They look at us a little different, like, oh wait, they can't do this because they're amputees, and it really puts us in a box, like Robbie was saying. But Robbie he broke through that glass ceiling, and he showed all the other people that look at amputees and adaptive athletes as not good enough. He showed them that, yeah, we can do the same stuff that you can do. Sometimes we can do it even better. At least we're better looking doing it. So why do I have so many people on the screen here shaking their heads after that? So yeah, good job.
Thanks a lot, man. It's like I said, it's an honor. I'd like to send a shout out to SF and Warriors of Motion for giving us the opportunity, me and Brett Parks, to go out and do things like this. And like I said, if other soldiers are out there looking to adaptive programs, to get out there and try them. I mean, don't sit on the couch.
Yeah, I was reading. It's funny. I was reading your article, because there's actually an article on USA teamusa.org. There's an article that talks about Robbie and what he did and the impact of it, and it has Robbie interviewed and everything. And I scrolled down to the comments, because there's one comment. Did you read the comment?
I didn't. I'm not sure. Maybe.
Oh my gosh. He said, I don't have it with me right now, but he was like, first off, congratulations, Robbie. But I always try to get up there the race, and they won't let me because I'm not a veteran. He's so salty. I'm like, dude. So I responded to him back. I was offended for you, and I was like, you know what? This is a great forum to air your frustrations out. Good job. I hope you feel better for yourself. So I was some people.
You're always gonna have haters, and that's the one thing that when I made my post on Facebook and stuff, I stated in there. Those are the people that almost kind of drive you, along with everybody else. They actually force you to go out and keep pushing no matter what, because everybody wants to prove somebody wrong.
Right.
And it's always sweet whenever you can prove them wrong and at the same time set history, which is just crazy, because that wasn't nothing I knew that was going to happen when I did that or nothing like that. So that's what makes that thing so special.
You just want to get up and race. You weren't looking at it like, oh, I want to be the first one of all time to do it. That's not your mentality. Those of you that don't know, Robbie and I are roommates almost all the time. And never, ever did I ever hear him say, oh, I want to be the first one to get up there. And he was just like, man, I want to get up there and do it. He comes at it with no fear, which is an awesome quality. I don't know how smart of a quality that is, but it's an awesome quality to have as far as not. But yeah, man.
Well, I know this.
Yeah.
If you hit the wall, all intelligence is kind of gone. It's just motion after that. Okay.
Man, I would say I had the opportunity of running skeleton for 2 days, but no, I had the misfortune of running skeleton for 2 days. And let me tell you something, that ice is not soft. If you just bump the ice with your arm, it feels like your arm got ripped off. Like the whole time it was my first 2 days ever being on the ice. So here I am, I'm pinballing back and forth, and the whole time I hear myself going, I'm like, yeah. So it was, man, it hurts so bad. And I get back up there, and Robbie's there. He's like, what'd you think? I was like, it's okay, I guess. But inside, I'm like, no, please don't let me go again. I'm praying that the Lord sends an avalanche to bury me. I'd rather be buried in an avalanche than go down that course again. But the good news is,
yeah, that's true. I mean, and I tried bobsledding. I wasn't a big bobsledder either.
See, yeah, it's
it was something that. Yeah, it's one is like you bobsled. When I tried it, I just didn't feel right whenever I was doing it. But just like you didn't feel right doing skeleton, you tried something else, and that's the thing that is so awesome about sports and stuff, is that if you don't like it, there's always something else that you can try to see if you're good at or want to attempt something else. And that's the cool thing about it. Me and Brett Parks, we've been athletes for a while. We've done multiple sports. And the cool thing about, I think, the bobsled and skeleton stuff is, first off, we get to be roommates. But second off, now we have a chance to actually compete together, but do different sports. So it's like we get to raise the bar for each other every single time we go out.
Yeah, for sure. It's funny. I'm the kind of guy that doesn't get excited for other people accomplishing something big. Like I've never been really a team player. I really haven't, and it's not a good thing. But growing up in high school, playing high school football and everything, if somebody caught a touchdown pass, I'd be pissed because I wanted that ball and stuff like that. I was never I was that kind of guy. I was just always competitive. They used to call me Red. Chuck Smith, if he's listening to this, him and his dad and everybody used to call me Red because it was short for redneck. Because every time I get tackled, I want to fight somebody. And every time somebody caught a ball that I wanted, I'd get mad at them and cuss them out. And it still kind of trickles over to my age now, because if I see somebody doing something really well, and I'm not talking about my best friends like Robbie or Nick or Javi or Chris, and I'm not talking about you guys, but I'm talking about like just regular people. I get kind of like, ugh. I get salty, and I could be that one guy that's on your article that comments about how you would have done that. I would have done that if I were allowed. So that's something I need to work on. So if you guys want to hold me accountable, that's
it's like CrossFit, right? We hold you accountable.
Let me tell you about CrossFit. Now, I always have a running joke because everybody that's in CrossFit, they make sure to let you know that they CrossFit. And I was one of the biggest critics of CrossFit. I still don't think it's for everybody. I think it's for the elite athlete. But I used to make fun of all of them all the time. Yes, Sadie, I am an elite athlete. Don't look at me like that. I am elite. International. Silver medalists. Anyways, yeah. So I CrossFit.
That's awesome. I'm happy that you actually tried it out, because for the longest time you did not get this and that, but like you said, sometimes you have to give something an opportunity to see if it's something worthy or not, and you give it an opportunity and you see now you excelled with it. So
yeah, for sure. And also it really has helped me push through my plateau. Because I plateaued for a while there, and I wasn't eating right, and I actually put on a lot of weight. I was 235 at one point. I think it was like maybe 4 months ago, I was 235. I was heavy. And then I started doing this CrossFit, and this is my third month doing CrossFit, and I'm down to 215 right now. So I've leaned up big time. I still have pretty much the same strength as I did before, but yeah, I leaned up pretty good. So.
Well, I think it's really hard to stay lean, whenever you travel with me, because I'm eating big bags of Whataburger.
Oh my gosh. I've never seen a man eat so much food. Now, how tall are you? You're 6'3", 6'4"?
6'4".
You're 6'4", all right? And he's not a big guy. I mean, you're not a skinny guy. You're not a toothpick.
I'm like 200 pounds.
200 pounds, 6'4", 200 pounds. That's pretty lean. And I'm there in the Olympic Training Center, and I get my little plate of, chicken breasts, biscuit, and some green beans, and I don't know, sparkling water. And I go and I sit down, and this mug right here, he comes and brings 3 plates full, like overflowing, 3 plates. And I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, man, this is good. This is really good. And so he eats about 2 of the plates. And then he gets a plastic bag and dumps the food in a plastic bag and brings it in the room for later. So I'm falling asleep, and I'm asleep, and 2 a.m, I wake up and I look over, and there he is sitting up in his bed eating steak and chewing on it without silverware, just chewing on the thing like it's a big beef jerky. Like, what's the matter with you? This guy eats all the time. But some people have that kind of metabolism, and I guess that's you.
Well, my body CrossFits inside naturally.
Yes, your body is a CrossFitter. You only know that because every time you dream, it talks to you about CrossFit. But yeah, you're an eater. I think I love sweets. That's my eating. If I'm a huge ice cream guy. I will eat ice cream every day. Every day I'll eat ice cream. But as far as like the good for you stuff, I could skip meals. Like if I didn't tell myself I have to eat right now, I would skip lunch or I would skip breakfast, and I'd go to Krispy Kreme and get the Oreos donut that they have out right now. By the way, they have a Chips Ahoy stuff.
I have not tried it.
Oh,
Is it good?
It's really good. The Oreo is really good, but so's the birthday cake. They have a birthday cake one, which is yellow icing, and it has like sprinkles on top, and inside's like a icing. It is so good, but I can't talk about that right now. I'm on a diet right now. I'm trying to get better. So yeah, that's all I got to say about that.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think with today's show, one of the biggest things is, with the history and all that setting, I would just like to say, I want to motivate people. That's the biggest thing, is that we do have, as we're vets, Brett and I, and our
Veterans,
biggest thing is
not veterinarians.
Yeah, not veterinarians, but veterans.
Although I did sleep at a Holiday Inn.
And I would like, it's higher than 22 a day, but that's what the statistic is. And that's one biggest thing for us is, people are out there committing suicide and stuff, and that's a big deal for veterans. And, with programs like ASF and those kind of programs out there, this gives you the ability to get out and do something. And you should be motivating yourself to do something instead of sitting around and feeling sorry for yourself all the time. And, me and Brett, we both have felt sorry for ourselves at a point in our lives, but it has to come to an end eventually, or else it kind of destroys you.
Oh, that's so true. And there, like Robbie said, there's 22 veterans committing suicide a day, and that's just a statistic. That's just what we know of. And the thing that you all need to know is you may not be a vet, but you might still suffer from depression. I mean, we all have some kind of cross that we have to bear, and it's you just need to know that's not, you're not alone in this. No one's ever alone when it comes to depression and the feeling of little or no self-worth. I've been there. There are still days today. I mean, there's still days presently where I wake up in the morning and the last thing I want to do is get out of bed. I fall asleep. I tell people this all the time. I sleep at night. I fall asleep finally because I don't want to face another day, but I finally fall asleep. And I'm hoping I'm waking up from this nightmare only to wake up to this nightmare. And but you got to get up. You got to get out of bed and put one foot in front of the other. And things will work itself out. But if you're really struggling with depression or anything at all, talk to somebody about it. The worst thing you can do is keep it inside. Talking to someone about it doesn't mean that you're weak. That's not what it means. It just means that you're strong enough, courageous enough to get up and be like, okay, I have a problem. I'm feeling this way. I'm feeling that way. And if you can't talk to your spouse or your best friend, go see your primary care doctor and talk to them about it.
And that's the cool thing about sports, because you get out in the world, you get to, build a camaraderie with people and talk with them. And, you make friends. Like me and Brett Parks, we made friendship through sport, really truthfully. And it's amazing because, he's one of my best friends that I've ever had. And without sport, who knows where I would be, and possibly even him.
Right.
Because, we could have been a statistic as well. And that's the main thing. If you can go out, find somebody to talk to, enjoy life. Yes, tomorrow is not a given day, but today is. And as long as you're enjoying your today, then tomorrow is at least something that you look forward to, maybe having a better day like you had today.
Right. And today isn't forever. So if you woke up this morning and you're like, man, I just want to end it all. I'm tired of this. If you feel like that, listen, this is not forever. Tomorrow is another day. And, just like my kids are real into the Annie the musical, and, F my life. But she has a song on there that says, the sun will come out tomorrow. The sun does come out. It's going to set tonight and it's going to come up tomorrow. And every day is a new day to press the reset button and say, okay, let's do this right.
Yeah, that's a good point, Brett. As far as sports and stuff, we live in a life where we are competitors, you and I, and where we sit here and we say we have to be competitors to live a life. We'll probably do this till, we're old and can't do it anymore, or, even till maybe we die. But for the people out there who aren't just looking for sports, there is groups to go to and talk with. And there is other stuff, painting and stuff like that you can get into as program wise, not even for just veterans. That's just for anybody, that's out there. There's no reason to go out if you're feeling down upon yourself to go shop when you can go out and maybe learn a new trade, painting, or, pottery or something like that. That's a good point that people should go, to realize that, hey, I'm going to go out and try something new.
Yeah, and that's a great point. Being in the age that we're in right now with the internet and so much knowledge and so much being just at the tips of our fingers, we can find groups anywhere. You can find groups, you can find chat forums, you can find people that meet up at like a Starbucks or anywhere. Like if I didn't have sports or anything like that, I'd probably be the nerd. I'm such a nerd, but I would be a guy that would find a group that talks about Marvel movies, and that's like what we do. And then we would go to the comic book store and play Dungeons and Dragons and talk about why Black Panther couldn't beat Thor in a fight. That's what I would talk about. But it's a group, and it's a way to feel connected and to bond with people, because us as human beings, we need companions. We need that. We need companionship. There's stories of these babies that get born, and they're crack babies, they're premature babies, and they go in in their little incubators, in the nursery, and if the nurses don't touch them on a regular basis or don't give them to the mom to put on their chest, they will die. They die of neglect. They need human interaction, just like we as older people. We need that. We need that companionship. So there's info out there. There's so much out there for everybody. Don't let this feeling of depression or this feeling of little self or little or no self-worth, don't let that define who you are. Let what you do after that define who you are.
True. Since you just talked about Marvel, how do you feel about the new Avengers movie coming out?
Well, not excited as I thought I would be.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know. I know there's going to be a lot of characters that die, or there should be a lot of characters that die. I don't know if they're actually going to do it, but I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of Civil War. I didn't think it was that great. But it could wow me.
It could. I mean, bringing all the characters together is definitely something new that, we haven't really experienced yet. I mean, you're bringing Guardians of the Galaxy in, you're bringing all these people that I can't wait to see the story and how they're going to do it.
Yeah, I'm scared that they might marginalize, Chris Pratt's character, Peter Quill. I'm scared they're going to marginalize him and he won't be as funny or as big of a deal. And I don't know. It's nerve wracking to me. But you know what I don't understand? And I don't understand this about Marvel in general. Marvel Comics, it's like they have two worlds. One is the Avengers and all that world, and the other is the X-Men world. And they never mix.
Yep.
Like, why don't they mix?
I don't know. I think it's rights on characters that maybe, Marvel overall didn't have the copyright of that character. It was the author or the drawer. Right. So that kind of falls into that. But I do know this. Deadpool needs to find a way to be in this.
I know. That's what I was saying the other day to somebody. I was like, if Deadpool shows up, oh my gosh, that would be perfect.
Yes.
But they're not going to do it.
They're not. They're probably not. But it would be amazing, especially for the second one. Maybe that's the way, to end it all. But I think overall it's gonna be a great movie. I can't wait to see what happens, especially with the Black Panther, just happening and that being a great movie for people to watch. That, man, I think that's gonna be a big, they brought more characters from that movie into this one, after that movie. So it's gonna be pretty cool to see all the drawing of the characters and how they bring them together to make hopefully the first of the series great. Because the first series is good than the second one. Ooh. Hopefully it's not a two movie flop.
I don't know, man. Well, right now it seems like Marvel Universe can do no wrong. Whereas DC, it seems like they can't do anything right. And I'm a huge DC fan. I like DC because I feel like the villains are a little darker. They're a little more realistic. I'm a huge Batman fan. I love Superman. I was raised on Superman. But DC needs to figure out some way to get that equation that Marvel has and put it into play for DC, or else they're toast.
I think they need to do like X-Men did and kind of revamp and go back and just start over, it's one of them things. It's been so drawn out, and you made so many different Batmans now that none of them coincide. They don't have a long story length. I mean, so it's one of them things. It's where are you going to go with it? And then you brought Justice League without giving the stories of the others, so it kind of
I didn't care about any of them.
Yeah, didn't draw you in to really want to watch it as much. Just like Marvel movies, they've drew you in because they've had individual movies, and each individual movie has brought it to the Avengers. So it's kind of awesome. Right. I cannot wait to see Hawkeye. I hope he dies.
Why? He's the best.
I think his part could have been amazing, but they've just ruined it
they messed him up. I didn't understand the whole us meeting his family and crap. I was like, I don't care about your family. Oh, he has a family, so he's more human. He's human anyways. He shoots a bow and arrow, for crying out loud.
They're not even good.
I don't even do it good. He has to destroy him. Yeah.
So, Brett, do you have any strange news for the day?
I do, actually. This is pretty strange. Which phone?
I can't wait to hear it.
So, just real quick, we have I just switched from AT&T to T-Mobile. AT&T, I was getting killed with what do you call it? Data overages. I was getting killed by it. So T-Mobile. Wait, did I just say T-Mobile before? Or?
No, you said AT&T.
Okay, but T-Mobile is what I have now, and they have unlimited data, and also your data doesn't count against you when you watch Netflix on your phone or YouTube. So I was like, deal. And I just got this Galaxy S9 Plus, and I love it. It's like a lot bigger than my other phone, and the camera work is so much better. So
what was your old phone?
My old phone was a Galaxy S6 Sport.
Yeah, I love Galaxies. I used to have one. Now, of course, I'm an Apple. Thanks to Sadie, she kind of drew me into the Apple family, and now I'm stuck.
Yeah, what's that like?
It's the struggle. But I love the Galaxy family. The Android is the server, I guess, would be amazing. I like that service. I love all the stuff that it can do. I love that you can unlock your phone and make endless capabilities. It's a computer in your hands. So
yeah, that is cool. That is true. All right, so let's get back to the strange news.
Strange news.
Strange news. Okay, so here we go. Here's the headline. Police investigate reports of zombie raccoons.
Wow.
Yeah. Let's read that one again. Police investigate reports of zombie raccoons. And let me read what it says, since I am just as interested as you. This is in Youngstown, Ohio. Police are investigating reports of zombie-like raccoons in northeast Ohio. WKBN TAC TV reports Youngstown police have received more than a dozen calls in the past 3 weeks about raccoons acting strangely in the day. Photographer Robert Coggensell says he was playing with his dogs outside his home last week when one of such raccoons approached them. Coggensell says that the animal would stand on its hind legs, show his teeth, and fall over backwards. That's about right. I watch Walking Dead, so that's pretty much how they act. The raccoon Cogno saw and 14 other police responded to were euthanized. So they went ahead and they killed them. And I think what they mean by euthanize was they stabbed them in their cerebral cortex. That's the only way you can kill zombies.
That's what I've heard.
That's what I've heard. The State Department of Natural Resources says the animals are likely suffering from distemper, not rabies. The viral disease causes coughing, tremors, and seizures and leaves raccoon to lose their fear of humans. Authorities are asking residents to report any raccoons behaving unusually to their local police station. What does unusually mean? Like they're not going through the garbage? They're instead grabbing a knife and fork and waiting for you to bring food up?
You know what I think happened? Let me give you. This is in Ohio, right?
It is.
I think they crawled in somebody's meth tub. Out of some crazy farm field, and now they are acting like they're rabied.
I got to be honest. I would not be surprised if that's actually what happened. I'd be like, well, that's Ohio.
And they're all drinking from the same tank.
all you that are listening today that are Ohioans, Ohioans.
Lions, I think.
Those of you that are Ohioans, no offense. We don't think that
No offense.
you are taking meth. We just think your raccoons are taking meth. So
The raccoons are burning it up, and they're taking it.
I think we should
So watch your raccoons.
you should imply a strict raccoon zombie control.
So what's your second strange news that you have, Brett Parks?
Oh, I have two?
I thought you said you had two of them.
Did I say that?
I think you did.
I think I'm sick. Does that help?
That's strange too.
Strange. That's not strange. I get
Well,
sick.
I want to tell you something I've seen on Facebook this week, actually, with this zombie thing. It's kind of crazy.
Okay, cool.
So in Brazil, they have this new drug, which I guess they haven't figured out what it is yet. But it literally is making people zombified. I watched 2 videos. Which was a female lady in the back of a truck, and she was literally zombied out. Her eyes completely rolled in the back of her head.
Oh, I saw that.
Pretty crazy. And the cops didn't even know what to do with her because
it's kind of like bath salts, right? But it's a little more intense.
Yeah, they weren't really sure like what it was doing. But the guy, I don't know if you've seen the guy with the bus. That was pretty crazy. He literally kept banging his head. He literally drove his head basically through a windshield of a bus. People and every time he would do it, he would like freak out and kind of just scream at the top of his, flail his arms to the side and just scream at the top of his lungs. And somebody was standing out there. I would have been running. I'd have been like, this is it.
Yeah. No, for sure. Man, those people are possessed, man. If you look in their eyes, man, there's something more going on than them smoking, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, that is insane. Those of you that have not seen that yet, YouTube, Brazil zombie, back of the truck, and you can see that. It's really haunting. It's scary. It really is.
Especially to know that drugs are out there that can be doing this potentially to people. Like
right.
No bueno. No filling, no stopping. That's nuts.
Yeah, but, it really is. Yeah. So, do you have
the federal government is supposed to regulate how much water you have in your toilet. Be involved.
Hold on.
Criminal fact finding. And federal government
that
is
is Ben
to be
Shapiro. And he just wanted to come and say hi. So Ben Shapiro says, "Hey, thank you, Mr. Shapiro, for coming on." And, so yeah, it was a good show.
Good show. I loved it.
Yeah, we're just talking. We shoot a breeze a little bit.
Thanks a lot for the shout out. History,
yeah. Congratulations. I'm proud of you, dude. And listen, those of you that want to watch us through YouTube, go ahead and look up Arm and a Leg and Other Opinions We Like to Give podcast YouTube page. Subscribe to it and press that notification button. It's really much better seeing our faces because then you can see the faces we make at each other. Also, what else we got there, Robbie?
You can also go ahead and subscribe on SoundCloud or iTunes. I believe it's coming soon. Also, like our Facebook page and leave 1 or 2 comments about today's show. The best comments we'll try to read. And if you have any news you'd like to hear about or anything that's in the news, then go ahead and leave that on there too. And we'll definitely try to get to that and see, if we'll do a possible show on that to talk about, how we like it.
Right. Yeah. And because of this whole Facebook mess, I think that they're going to start allowing our posts to be shown because I know a lot of you guys aren't seeing our posts on Facebook because of all the garbage that's going on. But I think they're going to have to start showing guys like us. So, yeah.
Can't wait.
Yeah. Well, it's great. So good to see you guys. So good. Thank you so much for tuning in. Robbie, great to see you.
Great seeing you, man.
Tune in next week. Robbie and I, we are
out of here.
Thank you. So many people show up.
So many people.